Good morning, good evening to those around the world. I want to touch on a topic that's pertaining to skin color, race, pigmentation. This is things that this country has been dealing with for years. Many, 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 many years. 400 years, 1,000 years, forever. And it's not just in this country, it's in a lot of countries as well. And again, I'm touching on the topics of skin color, pigmentation, race. For those that don't understand this, the outer layer of our skin that don't make us is just a description when they try to describe what did the individual look like and they giving some of them descriptive words. And I'm just curious to know, why do we focus so much on skin color, race, or pigmentation that divides us so much? Because if we're all created from one person, which is God, and he formed us in his image, why are we so fascinated? Why do we judge one another? Why do we have pre-biases of people based off of their skin color? Why is it when we look to give individual jobs, we looking at their skin color? Why is it when the police pull certain people over, they treat people differently based upon their skin color? They grab onto their gun a little different when it's a black person compared to a white person. Why do we do this? How can you say you love your brother, you love your sister, but yet you would say certain words to them and call them certain things based upon their skin color? And I think we all know what some of them words is, at least what one of them words is, what you might describe or call a black person, if you see them. Why do we do this? Why is there so much police brutality when we look at what comes on the news? And when we look at the police brutality, we're looking at the color of the police or the race of the police. Remember, we talking about skin color, pigmentation, and race. We look at the skin color or the race of the police, and we're looking at the skin color or the race of the civilian. Why do we do that? Why are so many black men being gunned down and killed with no weapon by police that do not resemble their skin color or their race? I'm just trying to get everybody to open their eyes up. We saw when we were doing the rioting, and I'm not the rioting, but we saw when all the protests was going on. There was a lot of white people, Caucasians, in front of African American black people bearing arms out to the side in front of us so the police couldn't attack us. Why would they have to do that if race wasn't an issue in this country? Why? They wouldn't have to do that. You would be seeing white people holding hands with black people, holding hands with Hispanics, holding hands with Chinese, holding hands with Italians, Japanese people, Hispanics, Native Americans. And my reasoning for saying that is, think about this. For those that say racism don't really exist, for those that say racism don't exist, it's only because you haven't been impacted by it, or people that look like you. Think about that. How can you say racism don't exist when you live in a country? This is the most diverse country in the world, United States of America. By far. This is the most diverse country in the world. And for another race to say racism don't exist, where are you looking at? I mean, where are you living at? What are you looking at? What are you listening to? Do you not see all the police brutality of young black men that's being killed? We as a people have been marching, protesting, everything from the beginning of the times when we got here on the slave boat, across the waters, to now. We've been doing this forever, but nothing has changed and nothing is changing. You want to say things is getting better, but when you look at the reality of life, you still got police killing unarmed, innocent black people. Why? Is it that y'all feel like we're a threat? Do you feel like we're inferior? Because if you want to make it sit out to be and seem like we are a target, we are a threat, well, hold on, think about this. If that's a thought, think about this. When you look at all the terrorist attacks, look at all the terrorist attacks. I haven't seen one terrorist attack where there's a black person doing that or black people doing that. Oklahoma bombing, the school Columbines, walking up in churches, shooting churches, like the South Carolina situation that we seen with the young man that when they apprehended him and put him in handcuffs, they took him to Burger King. Look at all the lynchings. When you look at all of these events that's going on around the world, around the country, with this country, none of them are black people doing that. So how can we feel, so why do people feel like we are a threat? We're not bothering nobody. When you look at the unemployment rate, you look at when you look in the neighborhoods of the metropolitan cities, or the cities, the ghettos, the projects, look at the ratio. Look at who lives in the areas. It's designed for us to live in certain areas. It was designed for us to live in the cities for many, many years, from the beginning. Keep blacks and Hispanics or whoever in the city, and let everybody else live in the suburban areas where they had a nice $200,000-$300,000 homes. They got land, they got nice grass, and they can plant trees. Keep us on the concrete grounds, so we can all be in one big area. So when they swarm in to get us, or whoever they're looking for, we're all right there. We're not scattered out. We can't live free because we're in neighborhoods where crime is right next door, killers are right next door in the same building. Drugs are being sold in the same building on the same steps of where we live at. It's designed for us to live in these environments. So until we change our mind frame, until we work together, until we say we want to see our people do better instead of just saying, I want to see us do better, all this here means nothing. It just means we're going to be in the same boat that we've been in forever. When you look at us, you kind of feel sad because, oh, look at what the police doing to them people. It's sad, but oh well, at least they ain't doing it to us. It's sad that we have to look at skin color and judge an individual, or to decide if we're going to treat them different, or to decide if we're going to give them a job or not, or to decide if we're going to get them a loan, or decide if we're going to get them a grant to start up a business. It's sad that we do this. And I say we because I'm talking about everybody, not just individually. It's sad to look at a person's skin color and decide if you're going to promote them or not. If you're going to get them a certain rank, if they're in the military. It's sad that this here, the outer shell of our bodies, is what people focus on instead of the inner. The inner. How I treat a person has nothing to do with what you see on the outside when you see me. But it has a lot to do with what's on the inside of us. You know, we have to come together as a people. We have to. We look at September 11th, New York City, when they bombed the World Trade Centers. When I looked out there, it was bad that situation happened. Please don't take me for granted. That was a sad day for America, and I think for a lot of other people around the world. But it was a good day if you look at the overall picture. Because when I looked at a lot of the footages, you saw every race. Every race. Because remember, this is the most diverse country in the world here in the United States of America. But I saw every race. I didn't care if you were a police officer. I didn't care if you were a firefighter. I didn't care if you worked at a bodega down the street. I don't care if you worked at a fire department, a gas station. Every race was helping to pull people and to make sure every other race was safe. This is what should be doing. This is what should be going on all the time. It shouldn't be when catastrophic events take place that we all pull together and help one another. Yes, this country is divided upon racism. This country is divided upon financial status. And I don't think them two things would ever change. I would like to think they would, but I don't think they would ever change. Racism, financial status determines where you live at, determines where you can go, determines if you come in this neighborhood or wherever, if you're going to get pulled over by the police. Depends on if you can probably be friends with the police because they known to come into some of the nice neighborhoods and patrol because they get paid to patrol them hot area neighborhoods. So racism and your skin color and your financial gain determines a lot. And in some cases, your racism will never determine some things. Prime example, people, just because you get to a certain level of success in life, don't ever forget who you are and where you came from. Because, prime example, we look at the O.J. Simpson case. O.J. Simpson was loved upon many. But then we look at when the situation happened with his family, they got killed, and I don't want to dwell on that too much. I'm just trying to paint a picture. We look at how that situation played out with the O.J. situation with his wife and all that. He went from being loved by everybody to he had to get a reality check, and they showed him, now we don't love you no more. Based upon, we finna show you how we can let you rise to stardom, and we can drop you right back down to the bottom of the bottomless pit. And that's what people done. So at the end of the day, if you say you believe, if you call yourself a Christian, or even if you don't call yourself a Christian, if you say you are a man or woman of God, you believe in God, you believe God is the Father, Jesus Christ is the Son. If you believe that, I don't care if you believe in Allah, whatever your religious status is, whoever you believe, if you believe in that, then why are we so focused on skin color? Why? We all serve the same God. That same God stands for the same thing. Love thy brother, love thy sister. You can't say you love me just because you say, oh, I don't like them people because of their pigmentation. I don't like them people because of their race. We got to stop doing that. We in this thing together, my people. We in this thing together. And the word of the day that I want to leave with everybody, I want to leave a few words. One of them words is love. Love, love. Another word is unity. Unity, unity. Another word is going to be equality. We all should be considered equal. Love, unity, equality. Don't say you love me. Don't call yourself my brother. Don't call yourself my friend. Don't say you are my sister. If you can't love me, if you can't show unity toward people like me, and if equality don't exist when you see people like me, or vice versa if I see people like you, don't say you love me or do none of that. Just say, I'm not affiliated. That's all you got to say and go on about your business. That way everybody will know what type of individual you are. But we have to get better as a people. We have to work together. Because in the last days, guess what? Guess what? In the last days, none of this down here, none of your financial wealth, your financial gain, your power, none of that means nothing. Nothing. You can have 10 homes, you can have 200 million or a billion in the bank. None of that means anything. Money can't even buy somebody that needs a heart transplant. You still can die. They have cancer that's born with HIV. That has another family member that's going, as we see now, is going through COVID. None of this money can save lives to a degree. None of this money can keep people from having mental health issues. None of this money can keep storms from happening and just terrorizing cities like New Orleans, like Hurricane Katrina, how we seen how it devastated major cities. None of this money can stop that. None of this money can allow a woman that can't have a child or give birth to give birth. So don't worship, like they say in the Bible, don't worship false idols. Enjoy what you have, be thankful for it, rejoice in it. But when you have enough, share a little. When you have enough, share a little. Like that old phrase go, if you knew better, you do better. My people, we in this thing together. Let's stop worrying about skin color. Stop worrying about race. Stop worrying about pigmentation. And let's learn to deal with people and have relationships with people based upon what's in their heart. We get further in life. We can do more together. And we can have more fun together by doing it together as people than being separated and divided by race. And I just wanted to touch on them topics. Remember, my 3 words is love, unity, equality. We all need to do that more. I don't care what your race is, what your religion is. I don't care what your ethnic background is. I don't care what your education level is. I don't care what your network is, your net worth is. We need to start loving and dealing with people and stop looking at skin color. And I just wanted to put that out there. I want to thank everybody for listening to my post, watching my post. Please, people, hit the like button, leave comments, subscribe. I'm gonna keep putting out videos talking about real life topics. I don't care about all the funny stuff that make you laugh. We don't live in funny times right now, people. We do not live in funny times. You got COVID going on, you got storms coming, you got people dying, people losing homes. Nobody's talking about these things. Nobody's talking about the youth. Nobody's talking about genocide. I'm going to be touching on real life topics. So please tune in, watch my videos, share. Please share my videos with everybody. Share them, give a thumbs up, subscribe. I thank y'all. God bless. And I will be hitting y'all with another post coming soon. Love, unity, equality. Love, unity, equality. Thanks. I love y'all. Keep tuned in. If you're my true fans, we're going to see how far we can take this thing to the end of the world and around a couple more times. And I thank y'all. God bless.